Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be making some homemade steel iron armour out of just scrap that I bought. So I went to a scrapyard type place that sells all sorts of different junk, and I found these two sort of sheets of metal. They're relatively thick. They're a lot thicker than filing cabinet metal that I've used before. I think they might have been used for like shelving or something, but they're a decent thickness. So first thing that I went ahead and did was just to flatten everything out. And then I had two nice sheets of flattened metal that had convenient slits cut in them already for straps or shoulder straps or whatever. Then I got a bucket, just an old paint bucket, and put it roughly in the middle, just sort of eyeballed it, and then used a Sharpie to just draw the outline of the bucket to make a nice sort of a curved shape. To sort of form the chest plate, which I'm going to form out of these two bits of steel that I've made. Next, I went ahead and got out the grinder, brand new grinding disc. We've got a ton of new grinding discs now, which is great. I just went ahead and attached that real quick. It did actually take me a little while to find the right tool, but I cut most of that out. I eventually found the right tool and managed to clip it in properly. Might have tightened it a bit too much, I'm not sure. Then just plugged the grinder in, nice electric grinder. There is a handle on it, but I ended up unscrewing it halfway through because it was getting in the way. Next thing to do was to put the iron with the steel sheets into the vise and do my best to cut a circle or a quarter circle out of the middle each of the middle sheets here. I did do something that I wouldn't advise to do, which is to use the cutting disc for grinding off the little filings that form. I wouldn't recommend doing this. You could risk shattering the disc because it's very thin. Then I just went ahead and cut the second one out. Made a bit of a mistake there, as you can see. I sort of dug too far in there. But it looks alright. It's not doing too bad. The next step was to hammer out a sort of a curved shape, so I'm going to just try and curve the two sheets of metal so that they sort of wrap around the body a little bit better. This took a little while, a fair and decent while. I cut quite a bit of it out because it was taking ages. Not like tons and tons of time, but it took a while to get it all nice and evenly bent on both of the pieces. The second piece took quite a little bit longer than the other piece. I can see there's two pieces are now done, and I've bent most of the stuff that needs to be bent out. Now, the next step was to sort of bend over the top little shoulder strap slit here, so that it sort of curves over the top of the shoulder better. I also used the grinder to sort of round off some of the sharp corners that would have been painfully digging into your shoulder if you still set them on. Next step was to cut off all these little annoying tabs that were sort of attached to the two plates here. I just sort of grinded them off, and I got a bag, just an old bag that was lying around. I think it only cost me like $1 or something, and I just snipped the strap off, so now I've got a useless bag, but I think it was worth it. Then I just threaded it through these convenient slits that just happened to be already there, which was very useful, so I didn't have to cut slits in the plates because the plates just already came with slits, which was great. Then I cut off the two little buckle type things that came with the bag and used them to sort of secure the two pieces together. Then I just went ahead and curved the lower part of the chest plate pieces out so that they wouldn't dig into your chest or whatever when you put them on. And it's a little bit crude, but it sort of wraps around your neck with the two slits, and then it sort of sits in the middle there. It's fairly strong. You can put like a jacket over the top of the plates to sort of conceal them a bit better if you want to. You can also sort of hold the plates out like this. They sort of fit nicely with the jacket. You could permanently put them in the jacket, but I didn't really want to ruin my jacket, so I just sort of wear it as like it's almost like a necklace. It's an armor necklace. I was trying to find things to hit it with. I didn't find anything really that impressive. I hit it with a brush and then I almost hit it with a paintbrush, and I thought that was really dumb. So the hammer test, obviously I'm not hitting it super hard because, you know, it would still injure you if you hit yourself super hard with the hammer. I guess it would stop knife attacks or something. Obviously it's not very good armor because, I mean, it doesn't cover you completely, so people would just go around the side, but, you know, it'd stop a stab, a stab maybe from the front. I think the last thing I did was just throw a dart with no tail, and that's all I could think of. So yeah, thanks for watching, and this has been my homemade armour. Have a nice day, or night, depending on where you live. Goodbye.